Boo! Did I scare you? No? Well, how about now? The Nintendo Wii was famous for a legacy of some really great Nintendo games. Mario Kart, Smash Bros. Brawl, the Super Mario Galaxies, I mean, the list goes on and on. But it's also no secret that the Wii had its fair share of, well, games like this. And since we're all getting into the spirit of spookiness, get it? Spirit, like a ghost, like Halloween. You didn't get it, that's fine, it is dumb. I thought I would take a look at some of the quote-unquote horror games that the Wii had to offer. I have 3 specific games in mind that do a pretty good job of demonstrating where things went right, where they went okay but could have gone better, and where they've gone horribly, horribly wrong. That being said, let's take a look at our first game. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Now, I'm no game critic, but in my opinion this game is awesome. I should preface this all by saying, for me, when it comes to horror, I don't like simple jump scare stuff, which is why I hate games like Five Nights at Freddy's. Also, because of their really, really weird fan base. But when a game can mix together slow, psychological horror as well as maybe a jump scare here and there, I absolutely love it. That's why this game is so great for me, which is exactly why I want to offer a spoiler warning for this game as well, and it's the only one you're going to see this entire video because the other 2, they don't deserve it. The game starts with our main character, Harry, crashing his car. He gets out to make sure his daughter Cheryl is okay, only to discover, dun dun dun. Sorry, she's gone. She's not there. This sets up the main goal of the whole game, to find your daughter. The game basically has 2 main phases. Exploration, where you traverse through the various areas you find yourself in, finding little mementos, and getting some voice and text messages that explain some of the tragedies that have happened in this town. This phase is usually pretty calm, but hammers in the psychological horror very well. Take for example this call from your daughter.
Cheryl? Sweetie, you're okay? Are you at home? Sweetie, wait there. Wait for me.
I don't like that. That's fucking creepy. The other phase in this game is the chase sequences. During these sequences, these creatures, which are referred to on the wiki as Rorschach creatures, chase you through the broken and distorted terrain. The goal is to make it to the end. You can throw objects to slow the creatures down, you can pick up flares which make them scared of you, but other than that, you're on your own. Part of what makes this game so great is the fact that it was very clearly tailored for the Wii. The motion controls are immersive, like moving the remote and nunchuck as if you're rolling the wheels on a wheelchair, or paddling to make your character swim. Oh yeah, remember that voice message I just played for you earlier? All of those are played through the Wii Remote speaker, like you're holding an actual cell phone. I love that. This game was not only purposefully designed for the Wii, but it was designed well for the Wii. The controls don't feel clunky or awkward, it feels like it was meant to work this way, and it was. Another thing I love about this game is how customizable it is. Depending on choices you make, you can get an entirely different ending. I especially love that during these little therapist cutaway segments, the things you do usually influence how the game plays out. For example, you color the house red in this exercise, the house is red in the game. It's probably not nearly as cool as I find it, but I love simple stuff like that. Now, I said one of my favorite parts of this game was the fact that it is an original game for the Wii and was designed for it. The same, unfortunately, can't be said of our next game. Dead Rising: Chop Till You Drop. The plot of this game is that you're a reporter named Frank West who got a tip on something going down in the town of Willamette, Colorado. Surprise, surprise, it's zombies. So you're now trapped in this mall with a bunch of zombies trying to survive as best you can. Now I should say, I really enjoyed the original Dead Rising, and this is just the same game ported over to the Wii 3 years later, so it should be great, right? Right? Oh no. One of the main issues with this game is that it was simply too big to be ported over to the Wii without some losses. Take for example this doorway here. Tons of zombies, right? I should be really worried about this. Then, wait, where'd they all go? Where are they? The issue is that the Wii simply didn't have the processing power to render this many models at once, so they cut most of them out. This becomes really annoying really quickly. You'll be walking through the mall and you'll have what looks like a clear path to wherever you want to go, but then the zombies just start appearing out of nowhere. It's like if Minecraft had a specific setting for mob render distance and it was set down to only half a chunk. It's a nightmare, and that's not even the worst part. The combat controls are just so awful. I suppose the melee is okay, you just swing the Wii Remote and it swings whatever weapon you're holding, but if you want to throw that weapon or shoot a gun, you have to enter first person mode. First person mode makes you stop in your tracks entirely. You can't move at all, except to turn your head. And you have to point to where you want to shoot with the Wii Remote. And it should have been abundantly clear at this point that first person shooters do not work on the Wii. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty World at War for the Nintendo Wii. I'd also just like to make everyone aware of something I accidentally discovered about this game because I think it needs to be seen. Yeah, you can spit on the zombies. Doesn't do anything, you can. I'm not even going to go into the fact that they changed very minor details, like adding in nightmare dogs and parrots that were absent from the original Dead Rising and are impossible to kill using these goddamn controls. I'm not going to go into it. But overall, I hate this. It's not spooky, it's not fun, it's barely even a game. But I would still take this experience any day over what I'm about to show you next. Escape from Bug Island. I've genuinely been dreading this one. Now, what was so shocking for me about this game was that it was developed in part by Eidos, an early version of Square Enix, who had a hand in bringing us such awesome games like most of the early Tomb Raiders, some early Hitman games, and even Just Cause 2, one of my favorite games of all time. This is why I'm at such a loss for why this game is so fucking awful. The game starts with you and your friends, Mike and Michelle, getting off a boat on what must be the Bug Island. I say what must be because they never explicitly tell you where you are. They just say you're on an island and there's lots of bugs. Which is great, because your friend and love interest, Michelle, is super into bugs. Now, as soon as you get out of the first cutscene, the game prompts you with the tutorial, which would be great if it wasn't so goddamn long. Like, seriously, who did they think would want to get this involved in the attack mechanics of a shovelware game? For the tutorial, you go through learning how to attack, or knock down fruit from trees with rocks, or roll. All the while, your buddy Mike makes fun of you and raises his shotgun that he just has for some reason into the air like every 3 minutes. No, really, I only played this for about 10 minutes, and look! That last one is my favorite. Who the hell has a favorite entomologist anyway? Eventually, your buddy Mike steals your girl, despite telling me he wouldn't, and then they go off on a walk in the forest without you. At night. On Bug Island. But enough with this beautifully written love triangle. Let's look at the actual gameplay, if you can call it that. First off, I was recording this game with headphones on, so I got really confused when it sounded like audio was playing outside my headphones as well. It turns out whenever you roll, attack, or do basically anything, the noise plays both through your TV and your Wii Remote speaker, on a delay. Why? The movement in this game is just awful. Your only movement control is the one joystick on the nunchuck, and whenever the camera angle shifts, the controls don't. So you're often left getting stuck in stupid shacks because you can't figure out how the hell to make your character walk towards the door. You're also never sure of where you're supposed to go in the game because you just have to wander around until you see a faint blinking waypoint, which is usually just another shack with nothing in it that for some reason has a waypoint on it. Most of the enemies are really small because, you know, they're bugs, so you can pretty much just run right past them. The only enemy I actually had to fight was this guy, what looks like a giant praying mantis. He's huge, he's got red eyes, the music is super intense and spooky, so I'm sure this guy's gonna be super hard to kill. Oh. Alright, cool, I guess. Now, I never quite found my friends in the woods. In fact, all I found was more fucking cabins and cans of food. But I've had about all I could stomach of this game. Overall, the Wii had some great games, and with it being the first real console I ever had, it holds a special place in my heart, despite some of the games that released on it being something like... But it's still important to take a look at, and only slightly make fun of some of the worst ones. So, thank you all for watching, and happy Halloween.